In the aftermath of Mallyagate, the audit firm E&Y will launch a forensic investigation into the books of Vijay Mallya's companies, and the first on target could be Mangalore Chemicals. We have Yatin Mota joining us with more details on this breaking story over here. Yatin, tell us, what is the latest that you're picking up?
Well, if you look at the entire, events, one needs to remember the fact that Mangalore Chemicals was a company which was owned by Vijay Mallya. Of course, because of various lender-related issues and takeover battles happening between Zuari Global as well as Deepak Fertilizers, finally the Zuari Group, which is headed by Saroj Podar, acquired a significant amount of stake in Mangalore Chemicals. They had an open offer also. So now basically it's Saroj Podar who controls the entire show at Mangalore Chemicals. Today there was an earnings board meet, and along with the earnings board meet, the company has informed to the stock exchanges that they have appointed Ernst & Young as a forensic auditor to carry out various investigations into the accounts of Mangalore Chemicals. What the release on the stock exchanges says that the board has approved, appointing E&Y as the auditor, which will be carrying out the forensic investigations for the transactions between the company as well as Bangalore Beverages, which is a Vijay Mallya company, and United Brewery Holdings, again a company which has been promoted by Vijay Mallya. Now, what we understand is that there was a transaction between Mangalore Chemicals and Bangalore Beverages to the tune of 200 crores. This was the investment made by Mangalore Chemicals, which needs to be investigated according to the view of the Mangalore Chemical board, which is currently under the control of Saroj Podar. Also, the board will, take into account various advances made to UBHL, which is United Breweries Holding, to the tune of 16.7 crores, which stands due as on 31st March 2016. So these are some serious concerns which are coming up in the case of Mangalore Chemicals. There were various concerns with United Spirits also. We saw some settlement happening with Diageo and Vijay Mallya, and this time it's Mangalore Chemical, another Vijay Mallya group company, which was taken over. And now after the takeover, we have seen various issues in terms of investments and advances made to various parties which are related to Vijay Mallya. And now I think we have Mr. Ranina, one of the prominent lawyers, with us. Mr. Ranina, I would like to ask you, the first question as to there is a forensic audit for investments made by Mangalore Chemicals into various Vijay Mallya group companies. Now take us through the process, if there are some problems or some issues which are pointed out after the forensic audit, what could this mean for a person like Vijay Mallya, who is the end of the day promoter of all of these entities?
Well, the whole object of having a forensic audit is to find out where the money has gone and what is the purpose for which it has been used. And therefore, I think the forensic audit has been ordered, and we will have to wait for the investigation results to come out. But what is surprising is that before this change of shareholding and Saroj Podar took over Mangalore Chemicals, why did he not conduct what is known as due diligence test? Because normally whenever there's a change of management, they undertake a due diligence test to find out whether there are any hidden liabilities or whether there are any untoward payments being made. So obviously, if a due diligence test had been conducted prior to the takeover of Mangalore Chemicals, maybe this would have come out earlier. But nevertheless, if they were assured by Vijay Mallya that everything was right and everything was good in the Mangalore Chemicals at the time when he handed over possession, then now, of course, Vijay Mallya will be asked to indemnify in case there are any issues of losses or any type of diversion of funds for extraneous purposes.
Okay.
So this is the whole objective of having this forensic audit report.
Okay, sources are also indicating that this forensic audit probably would be relating to various fictitious transactions carried out between, Vijay Mallya group companies and Mangalore Chemicals. Now, from the minority shareholders' perspective, Mr. Ranina, how can these investments, get recalled? Because 200 crores is a huge sum when it comes to Mangalore Chemicals, which has been invested into Bangalore Beverages. And also, if you look at the loans and advances which have been made to entities like United Brewery Holdings, probably, there should be some legal way to recall such loans and advances. Do you think this will be a time-taking process, and only a solution would be a forensic audit report, post which probably there could be some legal recourse to the entire transactions, and for the minority shareholders this means a large sum of money which could be coming back to the company's balance sheet. Do you think it's very difficult to recall such investments and loans and advances?
No, it is not difficult to recall, but the whole objective of forensic audit is to get the right particulars, and then obviously the money will be recalled. And in case the money is not recalled, then is not paid by the debtor company, then the debtor company could be wound up. The creditor company can file a liquidation suit against the debtor company. And these two companies that you mentioned, Bangalore Breweries and United Spirits, can be wound up if they do not repay the loan which has been taken.
Okay, we are also joined by Mr. Luna, who was the former ED at SEBI. Sir, thanks much for joining in. I would like to understand one thing, that these are various related party transactions which have been taken between Mangalore Chemicals and Vijay Mallya Group companies. This is to the tune of close to 220 crores. So do you think as a minority shareholders, these kind of siphoning of a fund or fictitious transaction could be brought to book, and probably as a market regulator, SEBI can also probably look and investigate into the matter, given the fact that board has approved a forensic audit by EY?
Well, according to me, basically the object of this forensic audit would be to ascertain whether whatever the investments have been made into the group companies of United Breweries, whether they have been made with the due diligence and proper authorizations and for the appropriate objects for which it should be given, and whether the money has been properly utilized for the purpose for which it was given. And so I think the basic objective, according to me, seems to be to ascertain whether all this money has been invested in a professional manner, on a need-based manner, or whether it has been given by way of giving any kind of undue advantage or preference to the United Breweries Group companies. So I think one will have to wait for the Ernst & Young's opinion, the findings on this audit, that to how exactly all this has happened, and then only further course of action can be decided upon.
Right. And sir, there was also a case in United Spirits wherein a large amount of write-downs were taken because of various related party loans which were given to Vijay Mallya Group companies, and now it's Mangalore Chemical, another company which was acquired from Vijay Mallya, and now after the acquisition, probably the new promoters have found some fictitious transaction or a probable fictitious transaction which would come in post the forensic audit. So now going forward, what is the road ahead for minority shareholders, given the fact that the company is of small size into chemicals and fertilizers, and there is probably a non-core investment into a beverage company based out of Bangalore which is owned by Vijay Mallya, or probably Vijay Mallya is the end beneficiary, and also various loans and advances were given to other companies. So in this case, how can SEBI help to minority shareholders to probably recover these money, or probably recall all of these advances and investments? Do you think there is any legal route, or probably one should wait for the forensic audit to get concluded?
No, firstly, I don't think the minority shareholders as such has any right to recover the money from any borrower. It is the company of which they are the investors, the minority shareholders, that has the right to recover that money. And independently, minority shareholders do not have any such right, and one will have to wait for exactly the outcome, that what are really the findings, and then what rights this company has to pursue against those companies where the investments have been made, because investments may not be only by way of loans, it could be in the form of investing in some kind of securities, some kind of debt instruments. So one will have to see that what exactly are the investments and what are the options available to recover those amounts which have been invested.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.